All right, so this is problem 27 for the multiple choice section. It says for time t is greater than or equal to 0, the height of h of an object suspended from a spring is given by h of t equals 16 plus 7 cosine pi of t over 4. What is the average height of the object from t equals 0 to t equals 2? Okay, so when I saw average height, I thought average value. So the average value is 1 over b minus a of integral of a to b of h of t dt. So that would, I labeled t equals 0 to be a and t equals 2 to be b. And then average value equals 1 over 2 minus 0 from 0 to 2 of 16 plus 7 cosine of t pi t over 4 dt, 1 half. The 1 over 2 minus 0 goes to 1 half, which I wrote here. And then I separated it into two integrals because the second one needs u substitution. So I got 1 half of 16t from 0 to 2, plus 1 half integral of from 0 to 2 of 7 cosine of pi over t dt. So I let u equal pi t over 4, and then du equals pi over 4 dt. But there's no pi over 4 over here, so we need to get dt by itself. So I divided it out and got 4 over pi du equals dt. So step 4 over here, I got 1 half of 16 times 2 minus 16 times 0, plus 1 half times 4 over pi times 7, because 7 is a constant, so I can take it out of cosine of u du, but then I had to plug in the intervals because I let u equal something else. So I got, it goes from 0 to pi over 2. And then I got 1 half times 32 plus 28 over 2 pi from 0 to pi over 2 cosine of u du, 16 plus 14 of pi of sine of u from 0 to pi over 2 because the integral of cosine of u is sine of u. So 16 plus 14 over pi times sine of 1 half minus sine of 0. 16 plus 14 over pi times sine of 1 half is 1, sine of 0 is 0, so 1. So my final answer would be 16 plus 14 over pi, which is letter D.